fourth largest economy, a giant leap in digital transformation, and multiple strides in the modernization of India. That's just a small glimpse into the many achievements of the Modi government in the last 11 years. India has surpassed Japan and is expected to overtake Germany to be the third largest in the next few years in terms of the growth of economy. The resilience and sustained momentum in Indian economy is just one aspect of the Modi government. The consecutive terms are peppered with success along the way. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says his government is guided by the principle of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas and Sabka Prayas, and has delivered path-breaking changes with speed, scale and sensitivity. So what really has the Modi government managed to achieve in the last 11 years? Let's give you a quick glimpse into what we are talking about. The most important, of course, is the economic growth. India becomes world's fourth biggest economy, surpassing that of Japan's. India's digital story. Well, 15 billion transactions take place monthly. As far as the Jan Dhan Yojana is concerned, savings deposit accounts see 197% increase. India's Atmanirbhar Bharat, this concept and the policy of the government has also been success. 60% growth in national highways. Let's take a look at other pointers. 31,000 kilometers of new rail networks added, all of which is being cited by the Modi government as part of the 11 years of the government and what they've been able to achieve. ISRO's giant strides, including success of Chandrayaan-3. So this is what the Modi government is citing. Abrogation of Article 370, something that the Modi government did in its tenure. And then you also have the criminalization of Triple Talaq. Some bold decisions taken by the Modi government include criminalization of Triple Talaq. These are also those issues that have led to a massive controversy with the opposition targeting the Modi government. Now, from the economic growth to social upliftment, the focus has been on people-centric, inclusive and all-round progress. Union Minister JP Nadda highlighted the report card of the government and the difference in the governance model of Modi government versus previous governments.
That government before 2014 was full of corruption. भ्रष्टाचार से आकंठ डूबी हुई सरकार थी, घोटालों से में संलिप्त सरकार थी, एक नेगेटिविज्म का वातावरण था, कुछ नहीं बदलने वाला। लेकिन 2014 के बाद हमने ऑप्टिमिज्म देखा है। द शिफ्ट, व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट पॉलिटिकल कल्चर, आई टॉक अबाउट द शिफ्ट फ्रॉम नेगेटिविज्म टू पॉजिटिविज्म। आज हम मतलब मैं नहीं, भारत का आम नागरिक कहता है मोदी है तो मुमकिन है।
So while the Modi government is citing achievements in the last 11 years, Congress and others in the opposition have repeatedly sowed seeds of doubt in India's growth story. The Congress has consistently accused the Modi government of letting down the country. Let's tell you how now the Congress has repeatedly questioned the government with their own fakery only to get fact-checked time and again. And what is the latest in this bid to just oppose the government? This is what the Congress party has claimed. Saudi has suspended visas for 14 nations, including India. Claim number 2, G7 excluded India over Canada Khalistan fallout. Let's move on to claim number 3. Maldives turn hostile with pro-China pivot. Claim number 4 by the Congress party and the opposition, Sri Lanka, Maldives lease strategic assets to Beijing. So they're talking about India's neighbors, and through this they are highlighting how the Modi government has failed when it comes to foreign policy. Nepal redrew its map to claim Indian territory. These are claims by Congress and the opposition. OIC and West Asia keeps attacking India over the issue of Kashmir. Claim number 7, SCO and BRICS are now mouthpieces for China. That's what the Congress party claims. And the last 8th claim is Russia signs military and energy deals with Pakistan. This is what the Congress party has cited in terms of the claims that they have made to question the Modi government, while the Modi government talks about the success that they've achieved in the last 11 years. So is the opposition resorting to fakery to bring down the Modi government that's looking to fulfill Vikasit Bharat mission? Take a look at the reactions.
ये जो जीडीपी है, अंक गणित का जो खेल खेलते हो, पहले बताओ ना रुपये की वैल्यू क्या है। आरक्षण को आपने बर्बाद किया, आप आम आदमी को भरने का लिस्ट को आपने बर्बाद किया। जब आप अग्निवीर जैसी चीजों को ला करके गंदा खेल खेल सकते हो। नोटबंदी आपकी ड्रीम प्रोजेक्ट थी, उसके बाद आपने क्या किया भाई? क्या क्या चर्चा हो गई? ट्रंप आपको डेली धमका रहा कि मेरे कारण 11 बार बोला, आपने ट्रंप को जवाब दे पाया? इंदिरा गांधी और नेहरू होते या कोई होता तो आज इस तरह की लाल बहादुर शास्त्री ये बात होती क्या?
देखिए, 11 साल की भाजपा की सरकार में केवल और केवल जनता को निराशा हाथ लगी है। 11 साल पहले भाजपा ने वादा किया था बेरोजगारी दूर करने का, किसानों की आय दुगनी करने का, महंगाई कम करने का, 15-15 लाख रुपए अकाउंट में देने का। उन वादों का, उन सपनों का क्या हुआ, ये भाजपा की सरकार को बताना चाहिए। 11 साल की सरकार में केवल असफलता ही उनकी उपलब्धि रही है।
So here's the question that we are asking today. Modi's Mazboot Bharat, has that rattled the rivals? And you can register your vote and have your say by clicking at Times Now on social media platform X. Tell us what you think about the issue, about the BJP claiming success in the last 11 years and the Congress countering that. Now, the Congress party, the question is also, is it resorting to fakery because it's rattled by the Mazboot Bharat resolve? We'll reveal the results right after the debate. Let me open up the debate and go across to our guests. We're joined by Gopal Krishna Agarwal of the Bharatiya Janata Party. He's the national spokesperson of the BJP. We have Deepak Reddy, national spokesperson of the TDP. Advocate Nikhil Jain, political analyst. Vivek Silas, SP national spokesperson. And Ashutosh Mishra, senior journalist. Let me first come to you, Mr. Jain. The allegation is that the Congress party and the others in the opposition are so desperate now to just oppose Modi government and reject their claims of achieving success through historic decisions that you are resorting to fakery now.
I think first of all, I would like to take objection to the fact that whatever the BJP says you presented as fact and whatever the Congress says you presented as if it's a claim.
I said claim.
You said
this is
the
what
very
the Congress
same.
party is claiming.
You should have used the same words and the same etymology while you were talking about the claims that the BJP is making, because their claims also have a lot of loopholes. So far as the redrawing of boundaries by Nepal is concerned, this is the proof of that. 2020 Hindu article. Nepal did include Indian territory in the new map that they passed in a unanimous resolution, and the kind of souring of relationship we have had with their neighbors, whether it's Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Myanmar, Pakistan, China, it's for everybody to see. It's not just a Congress party claim, it's for everybody to see. Let me answer you on the specific points that you made about the BJP's great achievements in the past 10 years. We talk about the fourth biggest economy, no denying that. But India has and is been a developing nation for the past many decades. The fact of the matter is that the real GDP growth rate yearly was higher during the UPA era at about 7.7% in terms of average, and it's lower during the BJP era at about 6.5%. You talk about 15 billion transactions. Wonderful. That is indeed an achievement of this government. But when did it start? The National Payments Corporation was set up in 2009 by the UPA. You could not expect digital payments to have happened at a time when people did not own smartphones, because smartphones did not exist. It's like me coming out and saying there were no UPI scams during the Congress era. Of course there weren't, because there wasn't UPI at that point of time. National highway growth 60%. That is because the government changed the formula, and instead of counting the kilometers of highways added, they count each lane as a single kilometer. So what was earlier counted as 1 kilometer is now counted as 4 kilometers. ISRO's success in landing lunar mission at the South Point in Moon. Wonderful success. But are we forgetting the Chandrayaan during the UPA era? The Mangalyaan landing on Mars during the UPA era? 31,000 kilometers of new railway network. Perfect. Even the previous government added things like that. Proliferation of Jan Dhan accounts. Very good. Aided by the digital upkeep that this government has carried on, and which was aided by what the previous governments did, and the bank nationalization which Indira Gandhi had done. Abrogation of Article 370. That's a very disputed move, but let's not forget the right to education and the right to information by the Congress government. Criminalization of Triple Talaq. A lot of legal scholars say there is no point in criminalizing it. The Supreme Court had already said that this would not be a valid form of talaq. So bringing jail term in a civil offense, in a matrimonial offense, is something that a lot of legal scholars debate against. Lastly, you pointed out about the JP Nadda pointed that the previous government was a government full of corruption. There have been numerous corruption allegations, crony capital allegations against this government as well. The only difference is right now nobody bothers to talk about it. And let's not forget that the three main scams,
Congress party and the opposition from talking about it and taking it to court? Also, the sense that I get from the argument that you just made is whatever is good that has happened in the government, well, good job, but the credit goes to the previous UPA government. And whatever you don't like is worthy of criticism. Let me bring in Mr. Gopal Krishna Agarwal. What is your party talking about? What is your government talking about? Whatever good has happened is only because of the previous regimes, which is the UPA, so give credit to them.
Nothing like that. We were fragile. We were fragile under economy in 2014. Now we are in the fourth largest economy. We were fragile 5 economy. We were 11th in the rank after almost 60 years of Congress UPA rule. 11th ranking in the economy. Now we are on the 4th level. We have highest FDI. You know the Congress rule in 1991. We were on the verge of bankruptcy. Now we have $700 billion of foreign exchange reserves. Every platform globally, whether it is G7, G20, Quad, SCO, BRICS, or whatever platform, global platform, World Economic Forum, IMF, World Bank, all the global platforms now call India, Indian ministers, and we have good relations and are recognized.
Okay.
So this is because our economy is doing good, because our defense is doing good, because our diplomatic outreach with the global levels is doing good. On bilateral trade agreement, what happened? When we were in UPA regime, our bilateral agreement, multilateral platform agreement with ASEAN countries harmed our manufacturing sector. Now we have good bilateral agreement with UK, UAE, Australia, Europe, Germany. Now we are on having a relationship with the USA also. So global platforms, global institutions. 2 days back, World Bank said that 27 crores have been pulled out of utter poverty in these 4-5 years.
Okay.
What happened? That means under the UPA more than 27 crore people were suffering from utter poverty.
Let me take a quick rebuttal and then I'll open this up for everyone else as well. So Nikhil Jain, when the government says that it's the 4th largest economy surpassing Japan, is that a fact or is that a claim? And when the Congress party talks about the Prime Minister in India being snubbed by Canada and then getting an invite, is that a fact or is that a claim?
It is a fact that we are the 4th largest economy, but that's a fact without context. It's like saying I'm 5 feet 6 today, but 15 years ago I was 4 feet, so that's a problem. I was a growing child, that is why I was shorter. Now that I'm a grown adult.
So when you say that you're the 4th largest economy, it has been done overnight and nothing. One second. Allow Nikhil Jain to answer. So you're saying that there is no data to back that we're the 4th largest economy, or no good work has been done. There are no policy changes, and just like that, overnight we become the 4th largest economy?
No, Swati, I never said that we are not the 4th largest economy. I am saying we are. Yes, we are. And we were the 11th largest economy during the UPA eras. And during the Atal Bihari Vajpayee era, we were the 15th largest economy. That is the nature of a developing economy. We are a country that is constantly growing. With every successive government, we are going to surpass these numbers. 10 years down the line, no matter who's in power, we'd be the 2nd largest or the 3rd largest economy in the world. And that's how it is. And to answer Mr.
No, I don't think it's just plain and simple that years pass on and you just keep on growing as an economy.
What you look at
it
is the
also
growth
has to do a lot with the kind of decisions, policy decisions the government takes and how the various sectors do. I want to bring in Deepak Reddy as well.
That is why it's about the GDP growth rate, Swati. The GDP growth rate during the UPA eras was more than 7%. Under this government, it's hovering around 6%. So the country was growing faster during the UPA era vis-a-vis the Modi era.
Country was growing faster during the UPA era, Deepak Reddy, if you compare it to the Modi government.
Ma'am, let me start off by saying if there was no Congress, we probably would have been in the 2nd spot for sure. Figures don't lie. In spite of the global conditions, we are the 4th largest and on the way to be the 3rd. So that pretty much explains our growth pattern. Now let's come to Article 370. You know, first, I feel proud of it because now all Indians are equal. The discrimination is gone. Triple Talaq, the fairness and just has come into our system. We can say that. Ram Temple, the civilizational pride is coming into our country. We are happy about all this. Most importantly, what I would like to say is the Atmanirbhar in defense. Now we can fight wars. Earlier during the Congress time, our ammunition was limited to only 10 days. So this is a great move done by Modi government. And corruption free. During Congress time, the minute you talk about governance, people would talk about corruption. Now, at least now, there is a degree of fairness and a degree of confidence among the people of India.
Nikhil Jain is claiming that there's corruption happening even now. It's just that nobody is talking about it, nobody is highlighting. And also, Deepak Reddy, while you talk about the economic growth, the opposition is also saying you failed in your foreign policy as well.
Swati ji, when China was a communist country and non-capitalist country, when they were opening up in the late 80s, where our GDP was more or less the same, what was the Congress doing? Clearly, they are to be blamed. So now whatever they talk, it's only to cover up their past failures. That's what I say. If Congress was not there, we would have been the second largest economy for sure by now. Now, wherever you go globally, I mean, I've been traveling from 92 onwards. I've traveled more than 60 countries. I know the kind of a respect what the Indian passport would get back then and what is the respect we are getting now. I mean, I'm really proud that India and the Indian passport is getting a respect what we actually deserve now. And what's important is, unlike the earlier time when a tiny little country like Pakistan would keep bullying us, now we have hit them straight on the face and a degree of fear has come into them and a degree of pride has come into India after the actions
because according to Rahul Gandhi and others, it was a total surrender. I want to bring in others also and then I'll take a rebuttal from you.
One last thing I would like to say.
Last thing, all right.
Just one last statement, Swati ji, one last statement. The reason for such comments is after triple defeat, it's a hat-trick defeat and more than 90 odd defeats, Congress has lost its mind. So they are just fighting for survival. And Rahul Gandhi is playing to the audience in Pakistan. He's decided that there's no way they can win in India. At least he can move to Pakistan and he's trying to impress the voters in Pakistan.
Okay, Ashutosh Mishra, it's a fight for survival and a fight to just stay relevant.
So I think the gentleman is with Van Winkle, who is still asleep. I'm talking about what Mr. Reddy was saying right now. Just let's start with what Narendra Modi has asked today. He has asked people to rate him on Namo app on do you feel secure and is your life better? 2 questions of the 15 that he has asked. Now, the answer is floating in the wind. The Pahalgam massacre has exposed as to how secure India is actually right now. Narendra Modi may go and make a reel on Chenab railway waving that Tiranga as if he is in Pakistan or Kashmir. But that hasn't happened. India is not very as secure as they are trying to make out. Cost of living. If you see, there was before this year, there was a survey where the common man said that 2 things that worry him most are unemployment and rising prices. And here we have a gentleman who, that is Mr. Narendra Modi, who's talking about India is on Vikas has happened. India is on becoming a Viksit Bharat. We just have to Chali Bajao or Khali Bajao on his Namo app. The problem here is that when you look at facts, today in India, 1% of the top of Indians own nearly 40% of the wealth, which is like a 6-decade high. The difference between the top 10% medium income of the top 10% and the bottom 10% is 20 times. And when we talk about the global respect in handshake, you have slipped 5 places to 85 points. You are now equal. Your passport is as respected as Algeria. In terms of corruption cap, you have slipped to 96. So it's not there that corruption is vanished. And even if you talk about what the Prime Minister keeps talking, we were just hearing about how we have thrashed Pakistan. India thrashed Pakistan in 1971. And right now, we have a situation when we attack Pakistan, we have to, despite our Prime Minister being a Vishnu Guru, we have to send global teams. Ukraine doesn't have to do that.
Ashutosh Mishra,
doesn't have to do that.
That's exactly the perhaps you're only vindicating BJP's point that despite the rebuttal from India, despite the retaliation from India, all you could see was the ceasefire understanding. For that also you blame the Modi government. One second, for that also you blame the Modi government, saying despite the Pak DGMO calling, you believe that the government has succumbed and surrendered under pressure. You know, when you speak about India being the 4th largest economy, does that happen without any work being done in the background? Do you not take it as an indication of Vikas? Let me bring in Vivek Silas very quickly and then you can also come in. Vivek Silas, if that is not an indication of Vikas, what is? Fourth largest economy, आप ऐसे ही बन गए.
The question is to me?
Yes, please go ahead, sir.
Yes, I feel that the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Honorable Prime Minister, especially I was listening to Mr. JP Nadda right now, he said कि भ्रष्टाचार में डूबी हुई सरकार थी पिछली वाली. It was a 1,76,000 crore scam which the Bharatiya Janata Party claimed during the UPA government, and what was proved? Nothing was proved. It all fell down like a pack of cards. You know, the main thing is that the Bharatiya Janata Party, what the promises as a chief minister before becoming the prime minister, the honorable prime minister made. He said in 100 days the black money will be back. I'll just tell you the data in 2014-15, the black money in the Swiss bank was 20,700 crores. Now it has gone up to 69,468 crores. So corruption has definitely increased. The black money was supposed to come, I don't know how, and people were supposed to get 15 lakh each, which turned out to be a jumla. We all know that, you know. 2 करोड़ रोजगार की बात भी हुई थी, गंगा मैया को साफ करने की बात भी थी. जब रोजगार के बारे में बात हुई भारतीय जनता पार्टी से, तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने कहा कि पकौड़े तलना भी एक रोजगार है. यह है भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सच्चाई. The worst thing was demonetization in 2017. It was said that it will bring an end to black money, terrorism, Naxal and corruption. What happened? At that time, 16 lakh crore of currency was in circulation in entire India. Today, 35 lakh crores of currency is circulated to in entire India. That is why the dollar is falling, ma'am.
Gopal Krishna Agarwal, government is failing
want to finish,
on all counts.
There are many
I'm
other
just
things
asking
I
for
have
a
to
rebuttal. Yes, so take a rebuttal from Mr. Agarwal.
Mr. Swatiji, Mr. Vivek has raised some point. I just want to tell you that liquidity in the system of currency in circulation is not the sign of black money. It is the sign of rising economy and circulation of money. Digital transaction have increased manifold. The more than IBC, under IBC and various Benami Properties Act and other things, ED has been able to recover. Ministry of Finance, Income Tax Department and IBC process have been able to recover more than 4 lakh crores only under IBC from those who took loan in the UPA time and had run away. We have those bad loans, we have recovered almost 4 lakh crores. So the issue about black money, issue about digital currency, the issue about liquidity into system, the inflation is under control, the fiscal deficit is under control. So data, if you are talking about data, economy is data. Why inflation is under control?
I need to revert, ma'am.
The target of RBI was 4% of inflation. We are less than 3.5% under inflation. So you will not say that this is good. Inflation and fiscal deficit. The FRBM Act had set up a target of 5% of fiscal deficit.
Okay, I want to take a quick rebuttal.
Now targeted.
Okay, I want to take a quick rebuttal. Vivek Silas, some data coming your way. Some data coming your way.
Jobs is good.
No.
Economy is doing good.
Yes, Mr. Agarwal, please.
Poor people are getting out
Yes,
of poverty.
Okay,
Defense
take a quick rebuttal, sir.
You know, ma'am, when 16 lakh crores of loans are exempted from the the tycoons,
This
1% of
which is 60 lakh crores
1% of Indian population holds 57% of net worth.
He's challenging the data that you're presenting.
57% of net worth goes
He's
to
challenging
1%
the
of
data
people
that you're presenting.
in India. GST has broken down the small traders. Though Adani Group has increased by 1605% and Ambani Group has increased by 506%. That is the reality of India. It was promised that by December 2022, the farmers' income would be double. Petrol, diesel will come down. Ahmedabad, Mumbai bullet train will be running by 2022.
Deepak Reddy, before I wrap up.
By 2022, we will have
Absolutely nothing has worked. According to Mr. Vivek Silas and others on the panel, it's zero growth, zero Vikas.
Swati, can I come in here, Swati?
Yes, absolutely. Before I wrap up, sir.
Swati, can I come in here? Yeah, see, Swati, the figures don't lie. They're very loud and clear, straight on the face. So no matter what they try to interpret, I mean, they don't have much of argument. But let me tell you one thing very clearly. A year ago, when the government was formed, the India ecosystem was praying that TDP and Nitish Kumar would break away. But look at the irony. Now, yesterday, Chandrababu Naidu ji has announced that our alliance is going to be there for the next 10 years, but the India ecosystem, with their evil intentions, they are falling apart. So this is the land of karma. What goes around comes around. So you need to wish good for the country and do good things rather than playing
Gentlemen,
these cheap
I'm completely
politics.
out of time. I'm completely out of time. While the Modi government talks about what they've achieved and call it success and in the right direction to achieve their goal of Viksit Bharat, the opposition says that there are a lot of loopholes in the narrative and the theory that the government is presenting, and they are countering that with their own data. Some of it, according to the BJP, is fake. Thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast. Let's quickly take a look at the results of the poll survey. The question that we asked was, Modi's Mazboot Bharat, has that rattled the rivals? 81% people have voted yes and 19% people have voted no. And with that, we are wrapping up this edition of Nation Wants to. There's a lot more live on the other side. See you on the rest.